take a lot of notes. And yet sometimes I wonder if what I heard was just wishful thinking, or if it was actually from God or wisdom. How do you know when it's the voice of wisdom and not just a voice in your head? Because it's not like God speaks to us with a big booming voice from the sky. It's not like that. It actually does sound like us talking in our heads. I once heard someone say that the way he discerns whether what he heard came from the source or if it came from him is it's actually words that he wouldn't use. And that struck a chord with me because I had this whole series of ideas about how I'm hardwired, and the word covenant would come up and I'd be like, I never use that word. So that's interesting. Does that mean that it came from wisdom, source, from God? Then there's these times when you felt so sure that whatever you decided was the right move, that it was in the right direction, and it came from an idea that came out of nowhere because it was meant to be, and you did it. And then the day after, you're just like, but was it? And you question yourself. And I want to circle back to that kind of moment in a bit. But first, let's just cut to the chase and try to figure out how to know when it's God, when it's the universe, when it's wisdom speaking, when it's something that we need to step into and listen to. Or when it's just our own ambition, our own wishful thinking, or rash decisions. That is one clue right there. If it's a rash decision, it's probably not. Because wisdom wouldn't be in a rush. Wisdom doesn't succumb to pressure. It's almost like in the world of cybersecurity. If something's too good to be true, if it's feeling constrained, you have to do it now. There's pressure to click the link, to open the PDF, to click something, or to call them, or whatever. If there's urgency behind it, it's not wisdom. So just don't act rashly, right? Wisdom comes from peace and anything. And then here's a phrase that has always helped me is anything that is of God is of love, is of joy, is of peace. It rises up within you, and it's not urgent, and it's not anything negative ever. If there's negative voices, negative attachment to it, it's not of God. Now, there are times where you might have an idea and the negativity that attaches to it is of your creation because it's lies. That's kind of a hard point right there. There's a nuance to it because the negativity in our own heads is not of God either. It is not. Those are lies. Life is not easy. It's not meant to be easy. But it's almost like having that joy and that positivity is always a sign without the negatives attacking it. So how do you know? Sometimes you don't know. So this circles back to my other point. Let's say you did make a decision and you did do something, and then you're second guessing yourself and you're thinking, maybe that wasn't the right decision. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I did do it out of my own ambition and not out of what I'm supposed to be stepping into or what I'm supposed to be doing. That's okay, because Romans 8:28 is a verse that you should keep on hand. Because for anyone, I wish I had written it down so I could actually read it to you, but you know what? Go look it up. If you love God and if you love wisdom and you love the source, the creator, all things work out for the good. And if you believe that and step into it, it's true. When we do choose from our own ego, life has a way of looping it back, right? Well, especially if you just believe it and you keep focusing forward. So we just had a conversation with our circle of women the other night. And also I had the same conversation with a dear friend. And the point is that you're always stepping forward. You're not looking back. If you made a mistake, so what? You learn from it and you keep moving forward. It's always about looking forward. When you run a race, you are told Never look behind you to see where the other runners are. You just focus on getting to that finish line as fast as you can. That's it. So don't look back. When you fall, get back up, finish the race. And it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So just keep stepping forward, because no matter what, any little thing that moves forward is moving towards your goals, your ambitions. And and I probably should have clarified that your ambition is also something that God put in your heart, that the universe put in you, so that you would step forward and keep moving forward and be motivated to be more, do more, have more. That's what we're supposed to do. Oh, so the moments that I thought I made a mistake actually taught me something, right? So what are some moments that could have been bad, and maybe it was turned around for something good, and maybe you learned something that got you to move forward? I'd love to hear. And what's a decision that you thought was right and later had to rethink? I'd love to hear how it shaped you and made you move forward. Share this with someone who needs to hear, someone who's second guessing their last move. Maybe it'll help. I don't know. We'll see you next time. I